Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Corsage, and this is a new film from writer-director Marie Kreutzer, and focusing on a fictitious account of 1 year in the life of Empress Elisabeth of Austria, who once was known for all of her beauty, and now turning 40, bit of a different story from people. And if that doesn't sound super relevant today in terms of how our society looks at women and their looks and their beauty and aging, then I don't know what to tell you, because this film, which takes place in 1877, feels extremely relevant today. And by tackling those ideas and those themes, this film does feel so relevant. You see, like, even the tabloids being like, did she gain weight? And all of these kinds of things, and trying to put out affairs and trying to question, is like, is she still beautiful? And all of this toxic, just disgusting discourse that's circling this woman feels so poignant in terms of how our society and the media look at women as they age. It's like you find one woman who's aging gracefully and they minds blow up. Like, if I have to see another post on Yahoo about, my God, Elizabeth Hurley at age blank post steamy bikini picture, and it's just like, yes, she's a very attractive woman. We get it. And it's just like every other woman into her 50s is just like, ugh, and making comments about, are they losing it? Or are they no longer a sex symbol? Are they no longer this great artist? And all these different kinds of things. It's like we see this all the time, and it's very interesting seeing those themes and ideas tackled in this context. Obviously a little bit different. News travels a little slower, and there's a little bit less accessibility to all these tabloids and stuff like that, but it's the whispers. It's the high society, just vitriol of it all, of how you hear whispers. And there's some great moments with Elizabeth, like at the very beginning, right off the bat, they do all the pomp and circumstance to introduce her and the emperor, and then a couple of older gentlemen are just like, oh, it's like, oh, have you lost weight? And talking about all those different kinds of things, and she just straight up pretends to faint. It's fabulous, and that's what makes this character Elizabeth so fascinating. And at the center of this really is a character study of looking at this woman dealing with all of these issues, trying to find balance in terms of her mental health and her weight and all these different kinds of things that she has to put through, because that's her life in this scenario as the Empress. It's all this pressure put on her. There's moments of unfortunate just lack of connection with her husband, and she's trying. Like, there's one moment where there's an accident and he comes to check in on her, probably not for to check that she's okay, but more to criticize her for what she's doing in terms of her image. She just whips his blanket off and she's just naked. And she tries, and he's just like... And those kinds of moments in terms of how it deals with relationships and those challenges, that's really relevant too. This film is filled with so many themes and ideas that are all very relevant and impactful in the way that they're presented in this beautiful film, which Kreutzer is a great director here. Judith Kaufman cinematography, gorgeous production design, the costuming, all of it is fantastic. Camille's score really just adds those layers to it. And, the story is loose. There's not a whole lot of, hard, strong narrative beats in terms of, this is the story of this film. It's just this time and this woman in this context, in this part of her life, in this life she's leading, having to tackle these different kinds of issues. And the most important piece here is Vicky Krieps right at the center of it, and she is a force. She is fantastic. The energy, the charisma, the sass, all of it, what she brings to this role makes Elisabeth such a compelling character, and you can't help but not want to watch her for the course of this 2-hour film. It's fascinating. She just draws you right in, and you're hooked. Hook, line, and sinker from the beginning of the film, and I know I was sitting there just like, this is captivating. She is captivating, and I really hope that she gets some real Best Actress consideration for this, and that this gets international film consideration too. I don't know if it's quite good enough to break into the Best Picture race because there's so many great films, but I think this is a real strong contender for one of those 5 spots for international film. But overall, this is just a compelling character study with so many great themes and an incredible performance at the center of it with all the technical trappings all there too. But those are my thoughts on Corsage. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.